Some groups with extreme views favor using the instruments of democracy to achieve an undemocratic result. Radical politics, not terrorism, if they do not also use violence. By winning elections, groups can pass legislation and use the power of the executive branch to ban immigration from non-white countries, expel non-white immigrants, restrict the activities of religious minorities, ban gay and interracial marriage, and otherwise achieve their agenda. This is effectively what many American racists did for many decades before the Civil Rights era, supporting elected leaders and working with local governments to terrorize and intimidate the black community. Today, elections and political success can still whip up violence, but there can also be an inverse relationship with political success. Attacks and hate crimes in the United States grew in 2008 and 2009, the same period when America elected and then inaugurated its first black president. 8 years later, racist incidents surged again after the election of Donald Trump, with zealots often invoking the president's name as they assaulted minorities. Europe, where many countries have parliamentary systems that allow smaller party representation, saw parties with anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim agendas like Jobbik in Hungary, Golden Dawn in Greece, Alternative for Deutschland in Germany, Lega Nord in Italy, and the National Front in France, among others, win significant number of seats in their parliaments and, in some cases, join the governments. There is no simple relationship between political parties sympathetic to white supremacy, violent white supremacists, and the overall political process. Peaceful politics, however, can inhibit violence, as even those with extreme views reject it because it alienates voters whose support they need to win. In addition, politics can create an outlet for ideas, even hateful ones, and thus a safety valve. Politics, however, can also normalize extreme ideas and serve to mobilize potentially violent communities. Partial success, or even failure at the polls, also has its advantages for extremists. Electing a white supremacist to a position of power gives a leader and the cause as a whole visibility and legitimacy. Depending on the number of those elected and their electoral power, the movement also gains some influence over a country's laws and institutions.